Hey everyone, welcome to Office Hours Live. So the weekly live stream show directly into the Facebook group. You may also be catching this over on YouTube on the replay, but wherever you're watching it, whether you're live or whether you are on replay, it's awesome to see you here. We run office hours regularly. Every single week we have an office hours, and it's really important for us here at Zenler to have that focal point during the course of the week where we can communicate stuff with you guys and girls out there, and you can come in and you know we're going to be around. So it's always scheduled over in Facebook. So if you're looking in the events area in Facebook, you'll be able to see when we're going live. So you can come and join in. And that's all part of it, right? Every single week we're getting loads of new people discovering Zenler, coming into the Facebook community. And it's really important that we make sure that people know where we are, how they can get in touch with us. And I'm not just talking about the tech people, but also the education team, which myself and David are involved in, and be able to interact, because it's nice to be part of a community where the people running it are available, right? And that's a lot of what we do here at Zenler. We make ourselves available to you. So it's not just a software company, that's what we are. But we're also human beings as well behind it, and we want to be there to help you along the way of you using Zenler for the best possible way for your business. And that's what office hours really does. It helps to focus you each week to know, look, we're going to be here, we're going to go through something educational, we're going to go through something technical, and occasionally we'll have other bits and pieces. So this week I'm really happy. I'm not on my own today. I've got David and Rakesh with me this week. They've popped in because they've got stuff that they want to share with you as well. And it makes my heart sing when this happens, because I get people come in and they can come on and they can take a little slot and they can talk about what they're up to and how it affects you, the Zenler community as well. And that makes me happy. So these guys are going to have a little slot today. Rakesh has got a feature release. Now, when we do a feature release, it doesn't matter whether it's big or small. We're going to always announce it on office hours first. So it's a great place to be. We only found out about this earlier today because obviously we do loads of testing and stuff, and sometimes it's almost there but not quite ready. Then we get to go ahead and we're like, right, when's office hours? And hopefully it falls on the day or the day before when we're doing it. So short notice is often the case with these things as to when we're going to do it, but we like to do a nice walkthrough. We're obviously going to put videos and stuff out afterwards, but the announcement comes here first in office hours. So another great reason for you all to come along. So what we're going to do first, we'll do the first bit first, which is what we always do, which is how you can get help through Zenler. And then we're going to come on to Rakesh and we're going to talk about what his release is. I'll hand it over to him. So let me just make sure that I've done my housekeeping first. As you're all settling in, remember to leave a comment if you are here. Come and say hi. Let me know where you are watching from. That's always really important. I'm trying to beat my record of 20 different countries live at one point. So if you are here and you are watching me, then do let me know that you are here. I'm just pinning my video for everyone and letting everybody know that we are here. Here we go. And then I'm going to get on to the first part of what we do. So let me share my screen for you. And this is really important. It's an important reminder for people that have been with Zenler for a long time. It's an important reminder for people, maybe it's the first time, first week that you're with us. Maybe you're on the free trial and you're sort of feeling your way around the platform. You've got access to it. You don't really know where else you need to look online. And it's something that we do focus on a lot because we've built a lot of resources for you that are helpful for you. And we want you to do the right thing in the right place. And that's what this slot's going to be about. So I'm going to take you back to, let me just share my screen, our tutorial site. So let me turn me off. You all know how handsome I am. So here we go. So tutorials.newzenler.com. This is, if you remember nothing else regarding, apart from your own login, of course, regarding the educational stuff we do, remember this login, bookmark this link, make sure you pin it somewhere, write it on the wall, do whatever you need to do with it, because this is the conduit to everything else that we do. So this site here hosts a lot of our training, a lot of our workshops and all of those things, which is massively important. So if you want to achieve something in Zenler, oh, I want to write a blog post, how do I set my blog area up? You come in here, you go to the complete guide to Zenler, you type in blog and it will come up with all of the training. But more than that, it has off of here all of the links to everything else that we have. And that's really important because when you have multiple areas to help people, like customers like you that are watching this, You can get a little bit lost in the weeds of what was the link for that? What was the link for that? I don't really remember where to go for that, but I saw it once and I'm not really sure. So the homepage for tutorials.newzenler.com has all those links on it. So it's really important that you bookmark this one, right? I'll reiterate, it's that important. Now you get access to log in here. It's free, of course. All of our educational resources we don't charge for because we want you to have the success that you deserve using this platform. So we don't charge for any of this. You can log in with your master login with Zenler. So go in, just go straight in, log in. You do obviously have to go and join the courses to get access to them. Go and apply to join the community that we've got on tutorials now. It's a thriving area using the new community area that we've got within Zenler, which is accessible to you to use as well. So go and have a play around in there if you've not yet tested out what a Zenler community can do for you. But as you scroll down, you'll see there's links and there's things going in, out, and all sorts of over the place. But I like to highlight the bottom footer because this has some little hidden gems here that sometimes get overlooked. And it's important that you find these. So we've got our tech support here. Now, tech support is different to educational support. So we run live support desk on a Thursday. The lovely Ali runs that for a couple of hours where you can come on and ask, how do I do this? Or I want to create this. What's the best way to do it? Or I want to run a live webinar with 55 people in it for an hour. How do I set that up? That's all educational support. We can help, of course, with those types of questions if you can't find the answer to it. But tech support, we don't have the correct levels of access all the time to do those in any form of live session. And we have a dedicated team to help you with this. So there's two ways of contacting technical support, and there's only one reason why you would do it. So to contact technical support, it's because you've tried to do something, you've gone through a training, you've followed all of the steps, it's meant to do something, and it just doesn't work, right? So it's broken, in your opinion. Now, very occasionally, this can happen on an account level, something's gone wrong. Um, Even less occasionally, it happens to a group of accounts. But sometimes things happen, and sometimes we just need to have tech go in, look at what you're doing, and go, right, this is what it is. The most common cases of this, I would say, is the DMARC setup when people are trying to do that because they're involving an external provider. And although it's not our remit to help with that external provider, we often give advice because we see commonality of issues come up. The same with putting your own domain name on. Obviously, if you're on a paid account, you get to put your domain name in. So pro and premium accounts. So sometimes people struggle a little bit with making that go through properly and working properly, and they've not quite set it up right. So tech support often spend a lot of time helping people with that. There are other reasons. Sometimes there's glitches in the system. Sometimes there's things happening. I'm trying to upload a video. It's took me 15 weeks to do it. What happens? Normally it's because you've either set a file size too high or you've done the wrong thing or you've not followed the guidelines and the parameters of it. Feels like a technical problem, but sometimes it's a user problem. So how do we get hold of tech support? So the first thing you need to do before you even consider contacting them is to do a video recording of what your actual issue is. Now, we're quite strict on this, and the reason we're quite strict on it is because it means the flow of tickets that come through get worked through quicker. It's a bit like if you can show us what you're doing and what result you're getting, you don't have to try and explain it, and we don't have to try and recreate it. So we can literally see your screen, what problem you've got, and the tech team can go, right, I'm going to go in the account. I know exactly what to do, where to look, and let's see what's going on. So before you do anything, go and do that. Tell the team, tell the tech support team where you are, what pages you're clicking, what you've done, and what the result is that you think is wrong. Right, so that's the first thing. Do your little video. You can do it on Loom, which is free. There's loads of free little apps out there you can get and do all of that. Step two, contacting tech support. So this is really easy. So you can either go direct by email, so support@zenler.com. Just put in, I need help with this. I've attached a video showing you my problem, blah, 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 blah. This is what it is. Put your Zenler link in if possible. Make sure you use the email that's from your Zenler account if possible. If not, send those details over. You'll then get a ticket number come back within about, let's say, a minute to 2 minutes, which means the team have received your request. If you don't get that ticket number come back, you've done something wrong. Maybe you've put the wrong email address in for support, or you haven't sent it, or it's gone into draft or something like that. So make sure you get that receipt come back. So that will put you into our support ticketing system and make sure that you get the help that you need. And then you just have to wait, right? Some days it's quicker than other days. We can't guarantee a response time on it because sometimes people are that we've got a lot of accounts, and sometimes lots of people are very active, which means we get more tickets. But we try and be as responsive as possible. The other way to access them is by going down through the tech support here, which will take you in, and it will go through how to get support, submit a ticket here, and you can just click that and fill this out. So if you haven't got access to your email account and you want to just put it in, just go bomb, 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 fill all that in, put your screen recording video in there, and then just click submit, and that will send that off for you. Okay, so really, really simple, but the guidelines are there to help you and to speed everything up for everybody. It's making sure that we get the best possible information from you. That means we can service you better because we can reply to your inquiry exactly, and it means it speeds it up for everybody because then we haven't got to keep going, have you done this? Have you done that? And backwards and forwards in an email chain, which can take a lot of time. So that's the educational bit for this week. So I wanted to just share that with you so you know exactly where to go. And it's don't be frightened to ask. And I think this is quite key. If you are struggling with it and it is something that you deem technical, don't sit there and try and work it out on your own because sometimes you just can't. We're really open to people, especially people that are new to tech as well. We have a lot of people that come into Zenler that are not tech heads. It might be the first complex type of system that they've used before, and maybe they're just feeling a little bit nervous about asking, or is it a silly question or not? If you think it's a question that can be answered elsewhere, go on with Ali on the live support desk on a Thursday at 4 p.m. GMT, or put it into the Facebook group. Right, we get lots of people asking questions in the Facebook. Ask in there. You're very, very welcome to do that. In actual fact, sometimes you get a quicker response by putting it in the Facebook group. But we're happy for people at all levels to come in and ask stuff, and our team are here to respond to you and to help you to make it so you feel good about what you're doing and you can just get on with it, right? You don't want to be sitting there if you don't have to be. But that's how you get tech support from Zenler. Really, really good team. They're the unsung heroes of Zenler because you never really get to see them. Sometimes you'll have conversations backwards and forwards, but they don't come on our lives. But they are there doing an amazing job day in, day out to help all of you move forward in what you're trying to achieve. So that's the education slot for this week. Have we got anybody coming to Facebook yet to say hi? Let me just go and have a quick look. Just having a look. Oh, we've got Deborah's here. Rachel's here. Hi, Rachel. Good to see you. Deborah's here. Good to see you. So, yeah, we've got a few people trickling in. Some of our regular viewers are here, which is really nice. Good to see you here this week. Cool. Let's move on. So, got a few viewers in. So let's move on to the next part of office hours. So I'm going to ask David to pop up. We're going to pop on to David first. And then hopefully after David, we'll move over to Rakesh so he can tell us about this feature that he's releasing. So it will give everybody a chance to come in. We've only been going 10 minutes or so. So just to give people a chance to come in and see what Rakesh is going to be releasing today. So David, good to see you as always, looking swanky in your office. I'm going to hand over to you. I think you're going to be talking blogs today. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Kevin. Good to see
Cool.
you too. Great to be here on Office Hours, guys. And I want to say it's really good because Deborah is in the house. Right. So Deborah's actually done this. And maybe, Deborah, you can put in the chat how handy you think it is. So I haven't seen a lot of people come in to actually try this thing out. So last week on Office Hours, I popped up and told you I just finished it. I created a GPT for you guys to use to actually do an audit of your website. So not just an audit, right? It checks your website right the way through, checks for clarity, checks for all of the things you should look for, but it also checks the site itself. So if you've got multiple H1 headings, if you've done these basic things that you've forgotten to do inside the site. It will basically check it. Not only that, it will give you an action plan of how to put those things right. And this little list you can work your way through and just correct your website. Now, not only that, you could use it for competition. So if you've got a competitor's website, you can see what they're doing well, and you can see their ranking or their mark or their total. So to get this right, so I'll put it in here. Deborah's already got it. Hopefully she's posting something into Facebook now and talking about it. But if you go to our blog site, newzenler.com/blog, right? You'll find here, this is the first blog post. It's a free AI website audit and action plan. So if you click that, you're going to find that inside here, there's a video you can watch of how to do it. It's basically fill the questions out. If you've got a free ChatGPT account, you can use that, because there's a button for each. If you've got a paid one, you can use the paid one. So the advantage of the paid one is it's a really detailed report, and you can download it as a PDF. So it's super, super handy if you've got paid GPT. Hopefully everybody's have got GPT, right? Paid, because it's really cheap and the amount of things you can do is unbelievable. And I'll be putting more GPTs your way to do certain things, right? So it's worth you going on there for $20 a month or something to take this. So not that I'm an affiliate of ChatGPT. I know Rakesh is on, right? I'm not an affiliate. I'm just telling you that it's a really good tool that you should be using. So if you check this blog post out, I'll tell you all about it. You'll also find on our YouTube channel that you've got it on here as well. So that's the video that's embedded in the blog. But while I'm on the YouTube channel, inside here we have series of really short videos. We've been doing a lot of micro videos, so like 10-minute videos, sub 10-minute videos, and they give you tips on each thing, like how to record online, courses for beginner to pro, like how to price your online course. Really short videos. People are loving these, right? So we started to produce a sequence of these, and actually all of these sequences tie up with blogs that we have inside of our blog site. So if you like to read, you can read. If you want to watch a video, you can watch a video. If you want to do both, go into the blogs, open one of the pages up, and you'll see that the video is embedded in there as well. So that's newzenler.com/blog. And to sign up for the GPT, it's free, right? It's free. You just need to put your name, the business type. We're doing a little bit of research, so we want to find out what you guys are doing, right? So we're going to do some number crunching to find out how many dog trainers we've got. We always mention dog trainers, how many life coaches, fitness instructors. So this is good data for us. And in return, we give you access to this free GPT that you can use, right, guys? So hopefully that's going to be really, really useful for you. So I know you're all just like chomping at the bit for Rakesh to come on, because you know that he's got some sort of feature to show you, but I'm just going to check in a Facebook group. Yeah, Deborah says she's been looking at the short videos. She's on the ball, and she's enjoying the GPT as well. She's been filling that out. So good on you, Deborah, for taking action straight away when you see this stuff come out, right? Because like Kevin mentioned something, you're on it straight away and you get this latest information. It doesn't get stale and old, or you get lost in the thread. So well done for keeping up with that. Work through the report. If you want to ask us questions, always feel free to. And you can always tag us in Facebook as well, right? If you tag Kevin, he'll pop in and answer you, right? If you're tagged. So tag us if you want to start. So that goes for all of you. Good to see you also, Rachel. And Irish Quest. Okay, that's it. It's me done.
David, while you're here, and I'm just waiting for a few more people to come in live before I pull over to Rakesh. Could you just, a lot of people, when they come into Zenler, they like the combination of video and written stuff. And we've got obviously support docs for educational stuff, but we've actually got quite a lot of stuff on the blogging area, haven't we? So do you want to just do us a quick flash through of the blog area that we've got and just highlight a couple of things on there?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really good idea because we produce a lot of blog stuff now. By the way, if you go down to the bottom of the blog, so on any of the pages, if you go down the bottom, you can sign up here. so you get it as well. We got some marketing obviously for our thing, but this content we're giving you is quality content and it's all free. And we usually do videos with this as well. So if you're interested in, say, for instance, the creator side of things like content creation or speeding up for like system build, this kind of thing could be in there. And also coaches, and we've got membership sites in there. So it shows you different membership models. So if you click this, you're going to find loads of things on just membership related. And we've got a lot of categories in here. We've got guest posts, we've got feature releases we put in here, events sometimes go in there. This was a digital nomad story when I was traveling Mexico. So there might be some more of that stuff coming on as well. So like the guest posts, for instance, really good one. So you've got these guest posts that come in here. These are you guys, right? Or their guests like Rishi here. And this was Harry Ranveer. He did one as well. And these were on a summit that we did. So we've got ones from you as well. And if you want to submit one, then reach out to Kevin and ask him, like, can I submit a blog post or whatever? And you can go in there and you can do that. So definitely go into this area, check it all out. We've got a ton of different categories inside here, or you can just peruse through. Look how many we've got, right? It's just crazy stuff. And we've got another batch coming up pretty soon. So there's batches of these trainings going on here on our YouTube. We always say follow our YouTube because there's always something popping up. It's the first place new features. Well, first place new features is now going to be office hours, exclusive to office hours, and then we'll put it on the YouTube channel, and then it goes onto Facebook. So look through all of those. There's loads of them. They're all written by all the team members. So get in there and enjoy.
Awesome. Good. So go and have a little look through it. I know there's quite a lot there, but you can filter it out by the type of content that you're looking for. That's the whole purpose of the content management system, which is what the blogging area really is. And you can just go and find what you want. So David, thank you very much for that. That's awesome. I'm going to move on to our feature release now. So obviously at Zenler, we're always improving the system. We release big things and then sometimes release refinements to areas we've already got. So it's always evolving, and it evolves at different places throughout the course of the year. Sometimes the team are working on something big, therefore there's not a lot of releases. Sometimes we release something and then we're adding bits to it, like we did with the community area. We took a long time getting that right because it was a big overhaul from what it used to be. And then of course we released it and we've added loads of little things in there, like the live streaming came in. And there was some really cool features that went into it. So that's how this stuff works. So we're not ones that we're going to do releases every single week. That's not our bag. You can go and fight. If you want to be overwhelmed with lots of irrelevant stuff being released all the time, you can go elsewhere for that. There's half a dozen of those sites out there. But at Zenler, what we do is we release things that actually have been carefully thought through. It often enhances an area we've already got, and it just makes it better from a usability point of view and a results point of view of what you're looking to try and do within the platform. So that's how it works. So it's not always big stuff, but sometimes it's the small stuff that has a big impact, right? And I think that's important to remember. So Rakesh heads up the development team, of course. He's the CEO of Zenler, and he comes on and he tells us when these releases come out, what will happen afterwards. So if you skip this bit or you just catch a bit of it and we've gone through it and you're not able to get the replay, we'll always do a specific video on that feature release as well that will go out in the next sort of 24 hours. Often it's quite quickly. We normally have it prepared in advance, but I'll say 24 hours just in case, and then you can watch it back at your leisure. That's all on YouTube, and we only tend to put those on YouTube. So we've got a specific playlist for that. So go to YouTube playlists and you can look at every single release we've done, big or small. I think we did a couple of really big ones where we split them in two. But most of them, they're just like a 5 or 10 minute video. This is what it is. This is how you use it. And this is how it works for you. And this will be no different. So I have no idea what this is. So I'm excited to hear what it is today, Rakesh. Good to see you as always.
Good to see you, Kevin. Thanks, Kevin. So, hey everyone, thanks for joining us. I see some very familiar names: Deborah, Rachel, Irish Quest. Good to see you guys on the live today, this morning. Yeah, so excited to show you something that's going to make your new member experience so much better, right? You know that moment right after someone creates an account, the moment that creates the first impression about you, about your product, about your site. We're going to make sure you nail that first experience every single time. And while we are at it, I also want to touch upon another couple of other features that we recently released that pass perfectly with this, because together they're going to transform how you engage with your community. Now, let's start with the first feature drop. We actually dropped this feature this morning. Maybe some of you guys have sneaked into it and have had a look, but we just dropped a very nice feature this morning. That is the new onboarding message pop-up feature. So whenever a member joins your site, they're going to be welcomed by your onboarding message automation. Now, this is all about welcoming your new members the right way with a personalized message that appears right after they sign up. The moment they sign up, they're going to see a pop-up from you saying, "Hey, welcome to this community," or whatever you want to tell them, and then that welcomes them into the community. And here's the thing, right? We have all seen this happen. Someone signs up, they are excited, they create an account, and then nothing. They log in, they look around, maybe feel a bit lost, and then they just disappear. They never come back. It's not that they are not interested, they just don't know where to start, where to look, and what to do next. That is exactly what this onboarding pop-up solves. The moment someone creates their account, boom, they will see your custom welcome message. Think of it as almost like a digital handshake, but more than that, it's your chance to gently push them into action, guide them to take that crucial first step so that they don't sign up and disappear. You want them to start using the site. You want them to complete your course. You want them to use the product and so on. You don't want them to buy or get into your site or your program and then disappear. So let me see how easy it is to set up your onboarding site automation. Setting it up is super simple. You just need to head over to your settings. I'm going to share my screen. Excellent. So once you log into your community backend, if you go to settings, you'll see here a brand new setting that's just been added. It's called enable onboarding chat. So all you need to do is click on this. You can enable the onboarding chat, and then you can select the sender. You can decide who your sender is, right? That's the first thing you would do. You would select who this message comes from. It can be any admin on your site. Any admin on your site can be the sender. So maybe you want it to come from you as the founder, that personal connection from you. Or maybe you have a community manager who handles onboarding. You can choose them. It adds that personal touch right from the start and makes new members feel like there is a real person behind the screen who really cares about your journey. So yeah, so let's say I'm going to select me. I can select the sender, and then I can go into the welcome message. Here I can write whatever message I want. You have all the formatting options like bold, italic, and so on. Welcome to this community. Feel free to message me and so on. Or I can add a few bits about, take a look at the getting started section and the rules or etc. So you can keep on adding your stuff, whatever you want to do. You can add emojis and stuff like that. And also you can actually personalize it with the first name. So it's going to send with "Hey David" or "Hey Kevin" and so on. So this is like the dynamic variable that pulls the first name of the member. So instead of saying a generic "Hey there," it's going to say "Hey David" or "Hey Kevin." You could add the names and add those points, right? So let's say, so I've now enabled the onboarding chat on the tutorial side, and I'm going to send a message as Rakesh, and I'm going to hit save. So once you hit save, let's take a look at the student side to see what the student sees. So let's take a look at that. Let me switch to the student side. Okay. Do you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see that.
Cool. So I'm going to refresh my screen. So if you see that, if you see my screen, I'm now logged in as a member, and you can see the first thing I'm seeing now as a member when I'm logging in. I'm seeing the message that has been sent to me as a member, that has been sent to me as the admin. So Rakesh as an admin has sent a um, message to the member. So basically, it's a great way for you to start communicating with your members, get them started, get them engaged right away. Uh, this isn't just about saying welcome. It's about getting people to engage into your community, into your site straight away. And maybe you want to thank them for joining and immediately point them to complete their profile. Why? Because people who fill out their profile are more likely to stick around and participate. Maybe you direct them to introduce themselves in a welcome thread, get them posting on day one. That first interaction is everything. Once they posted once, they're much likely to come back and post again. You could or you could point them to a particular course, your popular course, or your getting started guide, or give them clear next step, instead of leaving them wondering, hey, okay, hey, what do I do next, or getting lost. Or maybe you can remind them about your community rules, your community guidelines, or in a friendly way. You can say like, we are so glad you're here, and just just a quick heads up on how we want to keep this space free, safe for everyone, and so on. The key is this: the people need a gentle nudge. Some people are self starters, sure, but most people, they need you to tell them what to do next. They want that guidance. You can use this onboarding automation pop-up to basically give them that friendly push, uh, so that they can start engaging. They can start, hey, I can just reply by, hey, admin. So as a student, I can start engaging with the I can start engaging with admin straight away. So yeah, so basically, I think it is a great tool for you to start engaging with your members. And onboarding automation is, I think it really transforms. It's a very simple feature, but it's so powerful that it actually starts getting your users engaged with your site straight away. So if you go into your site settings, you should be able to find them. If you go into community settings, in the community settings, you will be able to find the new onboarding pop-up setting. So let me know in chat if you guys love this feature. Let us know your thoughts on that.
I
And
love this feature, Rakesh. I think it's awesome. Communities are all about relationships. It's all about conversation. It's all about relationships. And I think this is just an amazing step in opening up that communication, right?
yeah,
You want them to converse in there. So you've got to be the one that goes out there and says, look, I'm open here. One question that has come in, which is a valid question. Um, Somebody said, would it mean that they have to be available or be seen to be available all of the time? Because it opens up like a chat window, doesn't it, where they can reply?
yes, yeah. I think it's going to sit in your inbox, and you can message it the way whenever you want. So it's going to come. It's going to come and sit in your chat inbox. So yeah, so you can decide whether you want to have it always on, or maybe we'll add a way where you can set a status like away or something, so that it doesn't show online. So that probably could be added later on, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you can also put it in your welcome message. So just
exactly.
say, look, admin support's available 9 till 5, GMT, whatever. We'll reply during these times. Something like that. Set an expectation so somebody doesn't come on at midnight expecting you going, oh, why haven't they replied to me yet? You can put whatever you want in that message.
Yeah, you can put whatever you want. Yeah,
So I personally I would be putting that in there. If there's only one of you that's managing it, then I would say do that and put in an expectation of reply times. And then people won't sit there waiting. But I think it's great. I really like it. I like the fact it opens up that conversation. It's not just a
yeah,
one-way blast message. I like the fact that they can reply to it, and they because you could even ask, you could even get them to, you could ask a question in that
Yeah,
pop up.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
You
It doesn't
know,
need to be.
are you new to this type of community? Are you new to this type of training? Are you new to this? Let us know what it is. What's your most pressing um, issue at the moment? Why have you joined this community? You know, you can try all sorts of different variations of it to get a conversation going. So use it as a good research tool.
Yeah, I think Irish Quest is asking, can we add the link to the welcome video? Absolutely. You can add anything that you want. It's a piece of text message. You can add formatting. You can add any links to it. You can add video links. Yeah, Deborah says maybe have a little video sorted which goes out with the welcome message. That'll be good. Exactly. Yeah. So you got it. So welcome
Yeah.
message. So it's the first step to engagement with audience and customers, says Rachel. Super. Yeah, exactly. So um, the initial step is the main thing. You need to get your students engaged right from the off the bat. Otherwise, they'll just come and they'll pay you and then they'll disappear. So because people need an edge all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit like people coming into your house, right? You don't open the door and ignore them and let them walk through,
Yeah.
right? You welcome them into your home, right? And this is the same thing. It's just such a nice way of doing it. I really, really like this feature. Anything that builds those relationships, I think, is a massive win. And Zenler's worked really hard on building that community area and the way that we separate it out and the private messaging we can do now and all of that stuff and the lives. It's all relationship building stuff. And this is just like another level. And I really like it. I think it's great.
Excellent. Cool.
Right, have we got any more questions coming about this? I don't think we have we, at the moment?
Now I think we
No.
have covered all the questions.
Cool. So go and have a play with it. I believe it's in everyone's account at the moment. If it's not, it'll be in there very shortly. If you've got a community running, go and turn it on, go and have a play with it. If you're not quite sure about it, switch it off, refine it, switch it back on again. Go and test it, see what's the best variation for you. One question I do have is it community specific or does it go out to all communities? So if you're running three communities, will it show the same message in all three?
At the moment, it's site specific. It is not community specific, but we are going to expand this area. So we'll see how this goes, what sort of feedback we're going to get from the users. So maybe we can extend it to community level, micro community level. But at the
Right.
moment, to keep it simple, it is at site level. So it's almost like a welcome message that you can send, but we want to start from there.
Yeah. So just remember that when you're setting your message up, if you're running multiple communities, it's got to be an appropriate message for all communities. Not
Exactly.
welcome to my VIP membership community, and they're suddenly not in there because they'll be like, "What are you talking about?" So yeah, make it so it fits all of your communities. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I think yes, we are constantly refining the community side. So this is
Yeah.
one feature we added last week. I think 2 weeks ago we added another feature for schedule post. I think some of you have not explored it yet. This is again huge for staying consistent with your community. So with the schedule post, you can instead of being there and posting on your own, you can schedule post. Often what happens is you start posting every day and then you get busy, life gets in the way, and then community and then they don't see any post from you. So post becomes sporadic, and some community kind of feels like a ghost town. And when people log in, they don't see that. And they don't see much post from you. So that's where a scheduled post coming. Yeah, so we are constantly refining the community side. So we are addressing every single point that you guys have. So what we shipped this morning is another step towards that.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And remember, these areas, they're all supporting what you're doing with your courses, because just having a static course nowadays, it's a bit of a hard gig, right? You need extra stuff. And that's why at Zenler, you've got access to one of the best live areas that there is. So you can run live sessions, live webinars, live classes, all of that stuff. And there you can do your communities with all of these extra features in it, all supporting what you're trying to do within your courses. So it's important that if it frightens you a little bit, that's a good thing, right? Because with change, it's always a little scary, and you've got to embrace the way that things are moving forward. And people want interaction, right? They don't just want, here's my course, here's 10 modules, off you go, I'm never going to talk to you, right? 15 years ago, that might have been okay. But if they want that, they can go and Google it and they'll find it for free. What they want is they want that interaction with you, the person that's giving that knowledge over, giving that support and all of that. They want you involved at some level. And whether it be through a community and all of the stuff we do there, or whether it's through the live area, it's really important that you sort of take it seriously. And I think some of these features that are coming out are making it easier for you if you don't necessarily need to be there all of the time. Like the scheduling the posts, it means you can still do stuff but not actually be there 24/7. So, and remember, of course, with communities, we've got public communities, right? Why would you not want to schedule posts out to promote your business, which go out and get found in Google? Yeah,
Yeah.
makes complete sense. Um,
Yeah. We also added the scheduled blog post feature as well recently around the same theme.
yes, yeah. So you've got two areas within the Zenler platform, which are promotional areas, in my opinion, like the public communities and the blogging area, where you can just batch stuff up, do it at the beginning of the month, schedule it out for the month, and then all you've got to worry about is the actual live interaction stuff, right? It's awesome. So good,
Yeah.
good. I really like it. So
Excellent.
another great feature release, Rakesh. Thank you very much.
Uh,
Um, have we got more comments? Yes, it's available in the community. Deborah says that's brilliant. Sarah says, is there a release planned now for editing the pages?
Editing the pages as in site builder or community. I'm not sure.
Not,
Sorry if you
yeah,
can specify what exactly you're referring to. Is it pages in the community or is it pages?
yeah.
Um,
What pages? Because
yeah,
site pages we've already got. We can edit
you already
those.
got that. Yeah, already edited.
Yeah,
There is no plan as of now to make community pages editable because it's almost like a feed, right? You can't really make it editable, like just like your Facebook's feed. You can't make that editable. So
no, no. I think, and to be honest, I think sometimes we can overcomplicate our own lives.
yeah, yeah.
The community is there for one reason, and that's interaction, and building that stuff up. And to start mucking about with it too much, you might end up um, digressing from what the purpose of the community is. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, clarification on that, Sarah, please, if you don't mind, and we'll answer before we go. Right, shall we move on?
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
we'll, we'll keep an eye out just in case there's any more questions come up. So I'm going to quickly go through the last part of office hours before we start wrapping up. We'll come back to any questions before we go. I wanted to, last week, David's reminded us this week, looking at the site audit stuff that he's put. So he's written a blog post using GPT to go off and audit your site or a competitor's site, but we'll look at our sites for now. And it looks at, amongst other things, some of the SEO stuff that we can improve upon. Now, I know we say SEO, everyone freaks out, they get really scared about it. They're like, oh, I don't understand it, it's really hard. We did an SEO bootcamp last year to demystify a lot of the fear around SEO. SEO isn't that difficult, right? It's just a process like anything else that you learn. And I just wanted to go through over the next couple of weeks on office hours, just some of the real simple stuff that you can look at to make sure that the stuff that you want publicly found is getting found, and hopefully for the right reasons. And I think that's sort of where I'm heading with this. So you don't have to be an SEO genius to do it. You don't need to really understand the intricacies of getting all of these things, really complex things set up. But there are some basic stuff that you can do that will help you along the way. And that's part of what I'm looking for. Just before I go on to that, I'm just going to address Gareth here. So I'm coming over to New Zealand after being on another platform. What is the best way for me to get up and running as quickly as possible? Is there any help available, please? Rakesh, I think, is still here, and he will remind me, dependent on if you're coming from another platform, what that platform is. We used to do a migration. I'm sure we still do it for some platforms. Rakesh, is that right?
We do it for some platforms, but not all platforms. I think we need to check with support on that because some platforms allow us to migrate the data, some of them do not allow. So we want to do it, but it depends on whether they support it or not, right? So it depends on
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So I think, Gareth, great that you're looking to come over to Zenler. As Rakesh says, don't know what platform you're on right now, but support at zenler.com. Just exactly put that question in, but let them know what platform you are currently on. Also, give them an indication as to how much content you've got over there. Five
Yeah.
courses with 6 modules, or 1,000 courses with 100 modules in each. Give them an idea of what size of data you need to bring over as well, and then they'll be able to give you a
Idea.
really clear indication as to whether they can do it or not, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool. But nice to see you here, Gareth. Good that you found us. If by any chance they can't migrate you over and support come back and say, no, I can't migrate you over, there are quick ways. One of the reasons I very first got involved with Zenler many, many years ago was for the fact of how quickly I could bulk upload content into Zenler. It's a really, really useful feature. So even the manual side of doing it is actually really quite fast. So there are little tricks and tips that the education team can help you with through some of the trainings we've already got, or on the live support desk on a Thursday, just to show you how to speed that process up. It's not you've got to do it every bit by bit. We can do it in a fast way, assuming that you've got your files organized.
Yeah, I think you can also connect to your Google Drive or Dropbox or box.net, and you can bring all those videos as a bulk. So yeah, so there are ways to bring the videos in bulk. You don't need to upload every single video one by one. So you can just upload it from your devices in bulk, or connect to your Dropbox, Google Drive, or box.net, and then bring those videos over in bulk.
Yeah. So there's multiple ways, but first step, check in with support, see if they can help. Because we do support some migrations. If they can't do it for you, drop into a live support desk and we'll walk through what some of those options are for you to speed that process up. But cool. Okay. Right, let's move on. So I just want to quickly go through. I'm aware of the time, so I'm going to keep this super quick for you and really relevant. And I want you all to go through this afterwards, just to have a look at what I'm talking about today, so you get an idea of where we are. So we're going to look at the inbuilt SEO areas of Zenler. And this is accessible to everyone. And it's the bit that most people click off because they're like, oh, I don't really understand it. I don't know what that means. But following on from the data you're going to get from the GPT that David's given you, so run that through, have a look at what's missing, what's going wrong. We'll look at the content side next week, as in what's a header 1 tag, what's a header 2 tag, what's this, what's that, alt tags, all of these amazing things that we can do on page. So all of the stuff like in the written and the imagery that we can put into a page. But I wanted to share with you what we can actually do within the pages where the SEO settings are. So let me just turn my camera off. So this is just my test site, so there's not a lot of data in here, but when we go into our dashboard, if I just go into my site, obviously we can look at our home page, we can go into individual pages here, we've got our blog there, but I'm going to just look at a course page because it works the same with pretty much every page that we've got on Zenler, every public facing page. So if I go into my courses, I'll just pick a course at random that I've got here. So going to our pages, obviously our sales page is a public page, right? So we want this to be, where possible, optimized to the best it can be. So we go in, we click on edit up here, and the layout for this will all be the same. So when we come into editing any of our pages, whether it's a home page, a funnel page, a webinar page, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So this is my sales page. It's not been filled out properly because this is a test course, but we're not looking at the on-page content at the moment. What we're looking at is up here. So in the bar along the top here, we've got our SEO settings here, right? That's the bit we want to check out. And we want to make sure that we fill this out. Now, There's only 4 boxes to fill out here, but you would be astonished as to how many people that flashes up when we publish our page and everyone clicks close or cancel or done or whatever. They don't fill it out. Now, what this means is a couple of things. Firstly, when the search engines come along, yes, it will read the content on your page, but it will also read this as well. And this is our opportunity to really start to get the search engines to understand what our page is about. Okay. And that's the basis of what SEO is, right? What does our page do? Who's it for? What's it about? Why would you, Google, Yahoo, Bing, whoever you are, refer my page to someone that's searching for something relevant, and you display my page, right? That's what we're trying to achieve. That's all SEO is. It's no more complex than that, right? So we need to answer that question. If we don't set this up correctly, the search engines will put you on page 95, right? Because it deems you as low quality. There's not a lot of good stuff on there. It doesn't really understand what your page is there for. Remember, search engines are a computer system, right? It's not a personal, it doesn't dislike you or like you. It works on the basis of what it gets to know about your site and what's in it. So this is why we build up that we have things like domain authorities and authority of a site, because over time we build up talking about a certain thing. And that gives us an authority. Google then looks at it and goes, they've got 100 pages and 500 blog posts all talking about course creation. So when anyone searches for course creation, they must have something really good, and I'm going to show it to people, right? That's the basis of it. So in our pages, we go over, we do the drop down, we put in the title of our page, which we need to add in there. We need to put a meta description in. So this is just a paragraph. It's not, don't make it all sort of officially salesy or anything like that. We just need to describe what our page is about. What is it we're doing on this page, right? So if we're talking about a course, we'll be talking about, so with this one, how to feed my fussy cat. So we would write a paragraph in here, not too long, so maybe 40, 50, 60 words, something like that, just to describe what it is that we're trying to achieve on this page for people. If it's a blog post, and it works very similarly, the meta description will be, what's the objective of the blog post? What is the problem we're solving? What's the help that we're giving? What's the advice we've got? Are we listing 10 things? Are we doing this? Etc., etc. The keywords are sort of, it used to be where you just put one keyword in, so one word, so it would be course or courses or something like that. Nowadays, they want a little bit more. They don't want war and peace of keywords. Just think about what's appropriate for your particular page. So for this one, it could be feeding a fussy cat, things like that. And you can put in 4 or 5 keywords, and that will be really good. You just put a comma to separate them, and then that therefore will, it's like a tag, as in if someone's searching and they're looking for feeding a fussy cat, then it will hopefully look at the keywords. It will go, right, fussy cat's in there. Oh, description, there's a little bit in there about feeding and difficult cats. Look at the page content. Oh yeah, they've got a whole bit here talking about solving the problem of people having a fussy eating cat, and therefore when someone types that into a search engine, hopefully this has got a better chance of being found. That's all there is to it. And then we put our social imaging. So this fills all of this up. So when we go off and we share this link, and we see it all the time, when you go into Facebook or anything like that, someone goes, oh yeah, I've got a really great blog post, or I've got a really great free course on this, and they share it. What happens is they have something that looks like this. And that's because they've not filled in the description. So you need like 1 or 2 lines just to fill in underneath the title, right? It will put the link in there anyway. It won't show the keywords on your preview, but it will show the social image, right? So you want it to look good when you share it. It looks like you've put some thought and effort into it. And of course, the most important bit is we want it to show in search results. So that's ticked on by default, which is massively important. We want to make sure that it gets found. Some people, and this is so, for example, with secret courses and stuff like that, where you only want to let people have it when you share it with them, right? And people do this. You'd want to turn that off, right? You don't really want to fill any of this in. Yeah, you might want to if you want to make it look good, but the basis of what this is about isn't really for sharing it just in a message to someone that can't find it anywhere else and you don't want it to be found anywhere else. So we would turn that off, but that's the only case that I can think of that you would turn it off on. Otherwise, just make sure that's always switched to on. By default, it's on because we obviously want your public pages to be found. That's really important. Really important for things like course sales pages, funnel pages, logged out home pages, logged in home pages. Not necessary, of course, because you've got to be logged in to see it. So therefore, it's not publicly available. It's only available to those that have a login. Same with blog posts for logged in or for courses only. Then, of course, you wouldn't necessarily need to fill this stuff out because it's not going out into the world, right? So this is so anybody can find it. So just this week, all I wanted to do was highlight the fact that that exists where it is. So it's up here. We go to SEO settings. Don't worry about any of this other stuff. Just look at SEO settings and just go and fill them in. And then just refresh it, save it, refresh it, and then go and test it. Go into your Facebook page or your LinkedIn page or wherever it is and put your link in there and or even into WhatsApp. If send it to yourself and it will bring in a preview of all of the stuff that you've put in there and it should look really good then rather than getting what we've got right now, which is not so good. So image plus findability plus indexing is what you get just by filling out that little box there. So that's all I'm covering for today. Next week, we're going to go into this stuff. So what's actually on the page itself and how we can look to start optimizing some of that stuff. So this is really, really fundamental stuff. This is really easy. So we're not talking about doing loads of keyword research. We just want to make sure that you have findability and that you can be found when you need to be found. So you suddenly start doing lots of different pages, lots of different courses, and they're all around a similar theme, and you optimize all of them just using that little drop down. You're going to find that actually that's really helpful. You're starting to be found more. Start going in, feeding fussy cat, go into a cloaked window and start. By the time you've done 40 or 50 of these, you're going to start seeing yourself coming up a little bit more. We always do it in a cloaked browser, a different browser, maybe even a different IP address. Go and use a friend's computer, do it on your phone with 4G on, something like that. And you can still do it in a cloaked window, even on your phone. So, and then that will give you the real results rather than the result that you constantly get. Because if it caches you in, it's going to give you fake results. So just be a little aware of that. So it does take time. Of course, especially if you've got a new domain, you're new to doing this, don't expect results instantly. There's a lot of talk about, oh, I can get something indexed within an hour, 3 hours, a week, whatever. Yeah, if I type the exact words in of what that is, then yeah, it's going to come up, right? Because the likelihood there's going to be less people that have stuff that's that exact match. What we're talking about is matching up intent with the SEO that you've got for your particular thing, problem solving. So this week, go and have a little play around with that, see how you get on. It's always nice to go off and look at these things and just make these improvements as we go through our journey in building our business. So which pages in the course should be set for public SEO? Just the sales page and checkout page. Absolutely correct, Irish Quest. I wouldn't even necessarily optimize the checkout page. The sales page is the important one. That's the really important one. Because if they don't know what they're buying, the checkout page is just sort of taking the money. So I've not never really got the H1, H2. So we're going to cover that, Deborah, next week. Don't worry about it. It's not, so many people make it sound so difficult and they make it sound so unattainable for people that are just getting on with stuff. They talk a lot about content. Oh, write this way, write that way, put an image like this, do an image this size, don't pixelate it, blah, blah, all that stuff. But they forget about the very basics of what SEO is. And this is what we're talking about here is on-page SEO. So we're talking about what's in your site, okay? Then there's the off-site SEO, right? And that's a whole completely different ballgame. And that's nothing really to do with the Zenler platform itself. It's to do with outside of that, everything in the outside world, and how they view that. So it's a completely different thing. I might even do 3 sessions on this. I might even do a Google Search Console integration for you and show you how to set that up and index your pages. It's not hard. And once you follow it along and once you've done it once, you'll be like, that's so easy. Why did I get so scared about it? So yeah, that's what we're going to cover. So that's SEO drop down box in your pages. So course pages, funnel pages, webinar pages, on your blog site, all of these things, homepage logged out, all of those things. So anything public, as a public page, you need to go back through your site and just double check you've filled those bits out. And then your site will not only look awesome when you share it, it will be found more. And then you should see a rise in traffic coming along to your site. If you've got Google Analytics set up, or some form of tracking for numbers on your site, then you'll see that increase. So that's SEO for this week. Just to wrap up, just as a reminder, we've got the workshop, the business coach workshop, running next Friday. So that's Friday the 20th of February at 1 p.m. It's going to be a 2-hour session with me, and we're going to run through all sorts of stuff on that. So if you're not yet signed up for that, then please make sure that you do. Make sure you look out for that. The link is the pinned comment. So if you look at the pinned comment, so it's zenler.co/growth. Go and have a look there, and come and join me. We always have a lot of fun on these sessions because I go a little bit wild at times. So we're going to have fun with this one as well. I'm not going to teach you how to be a business coach, but what I'm going to teach you is how to position yourself, your business you're offering, and put it all together in a system that's going to work stress-free, so you can focus on the coaching that you truly want to do. And you can replace coach with whatever you want it to be. So a coach, you have sports coaches, you have emotional coaches, you have relationship coaches, you have business coaches, you have all sorts of coaches. So if coaching is part of what you do, i.e. you sell sessions for your support rather than a training, then you might want to pop along, might pick something up. It might be useful for you, it might not. There's a couple of really interesting little bits and pieces going on in there. I've already outlined it all, I've already written it all. It won't be death by PowerPoint, I promise. And we'll get into it, and we'll have a good few conversations and a few laughs in there as well. So if you've not yet signed up for that, then please do so. Also, remember, we're doing the success story interviews. So go over to the tutorial site, click through onto the showcase site, and then just fill out the Google form. I'm doing interviews with people on those where we're going to make you look really good. There is no pre-done questions on this. It's a conversation with me where I just talk about what you're up to, what you're doing, what's worked well for you, how you're finding things, something positive that you like about the platform that you're currently using, all those types of stuff. So it's really easy. You're all people that educate people. You're all people that are quite happy to talk. So therefore, you can do this no problem. So if you've not yet signed up for that, then please do so. We've also got live support desk running today, 4 p.m, 4 till 6 p.m. So if you haven't yet been to one of those and you've got some burning questions, how do I do this? How do I do that? I want to try and achieve this. Ali will be there for 2 hours with you today, helping you along to get the very best out of Zenler for your needs. And if you've got some interesting situations that you're not quite sure how to get your head round, she'll be there and she'll help guide you, maybe help you structure stuff out, and all of that. So that's on today, 4 till 6 p.m. I'll be back next week. Next week it's Friday, not Thursday. So look out for that on. I'm going to have to change that because I put it on Friday and I'm running the workshop. It'll be on the Friday morning before the workshop. So look out for that. Good point. You all reminded me about that. Otherwise, I would have been running 2 things at the same time. How am I going to do that? Impossible. So look out for that next week. Friday's going to be a busy day. I'm looking forward to it. Be there or be square. Let's have fun, people. Enjoy what you're doing. Let me know how you get on with your onboarding message in your community. If you've thought of one, you've got a really cool one that you're getting a lot of conversations from, come and share it into the Facebook community. Right, let everybody else know what you're doing and what's working well for you. So let's get that rocking. Let's get some scheduled posts out into your community as well. There are 2 great updates that have come out recently, one just today. So it's always good to jump on these things and add that extra value to what you offer as a business. So I'm going to head off now. It's been a blast. Lovely to see you all of the regulars that are here with me. Also to those of you that are new brilliant to see you. I'll catch up with you real soon. If not, I'll see you next Friday for a double header from me, office hours and the workshop. So it's going to be an awesome day. Looking forward to it. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the rest of the week, whatever it is you may be doing. Ali might see you at 4 p.m., but I'll see you next week. Thanks, everyone. See you later.